Nico. How are you?
I'm good, Hannah. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, first of all, why did you sign up for the life and work transformation? And then as well, what are the changes that you saw in your life?
The program itself was amazing for me. Well, to be honest, when I inquired to you about the program, I felt a little bit lost with my career. I wasn't completely sure what was next, and I didn't know if what was going to happen. So I was like, okay, I need to have some clarity. I need to understand a little bit more about myself and also about what was next for me. The program itself, it was so there was a lot about career, but also about inner growth. And I feel like both of those things, they got much more clarity. I feel like talking about the parts was like really crucial for me. And I feel like we finished, I finished the course with a clearer idea of what was going to be my career like, more like I knew that there was this side hustle and this side interest that was like, taking a lot of attention on my side, while my 9 to 5 job maybe wasn't getting, as I wasn't that inspired anymore. So I feel like it did kind of reignite both of those like fires inside of me. So I feel like it's changed a lot, also in the terms of like how brave I feel about taking steps and stuff like that. I feel like, one of my favorite things about the course was Courage Days. Well, I feel like it was like really a good push on a direction that like you foresaw for us during the course, and it's something that actually to date I am carrying through my daily life. Yeah, so I feel that we spoke a lot during the course about self-limiting beliefs, and it was actually really nice to get that kind of third opinion, which is yours. And I was like, okay, I finished the course, and I'm like, those beliefs were like few of them were lifted. You start to see opportunities in a different with a different lens. Instead of starting to ask why, you should be asking why not, because if you really want something, you find your way to make it happen, as simple as that. So I feel like with this course I was able to kind of really sit back and realize, okay, I am passionate about this, but I'm also passionate about a lot of other things that like is this is the beautiful part of me. It's a side of me that in the past I consider maybe as something maybe a little bit negative. Well, now I see that as an asset, which to me was the most beautiful transformation that could have happened, because when then you actually really start to thrive, when you start to see those sides of you that you thought they were limiting you, but actually they're bolstering you and making you, I don't know, go ahead in career and life. Getting to the course, I've been done, a lot of inner growth work myself, and I knew that there were some people pleasing tendencies and stuff like that. So I know that during the course we focused on that a lot. And I think the biggest takeaway is that ability of setting up firm boundaries for yourself, where being firm does not mean not creating a connection with someone else, but is actually improving the connection within yourself, which is like I need this boundary because I know that this is exactly what I want to do. This time. But for example, in the past, if someone would be like, even though it would be exhausted, would be suggesting let's go out, stuff like that, I would just like, say yes almost automatically. And then I would be miserable because I actually didn't want to do it. But I feel now I have more capacity of like being firm if I have to be firm, and knowing that I'm not actually like the part of me together with the people pleasing part, they don't fight anymore, which kind of makes it easier and makes it better, because when you set up healthy boundaries for yourself, you end up living a pretty cool and joyful life with yourself. And I feel like with this course, like it was really nice the way that we were trying to dissect, which parts, run our lives and how we can actually communicate with each of them. So there was really the biggest probably takeaway of the year for me, like, understanding me at the deeper level, and knowing exactly what I have to work on next is actually the greatest satisfaction. And the boundary setting was amazing. But I feel like the courage days and that kind of really trying to push in yourself, not like too much, but always try to push yourself a little bit out of the comfort zone. I think it's something really cool that I feel like everybody should have in their lives at some point. Maybe one day a month where you just do something courageous, aligned to something you're passionate about, though, just random.
I want to ask you if, if someone's considering the life and work transformation, is there anything that you would tell them? Or if someone's even sitting on the fence, any guidance you would give them or advice from, coming from an alumni of the program?
I feel like Anna is amazing with this, because you're amazing, because I feel like you really have an ability of seeing, all the possibilities, and also most equally, you see all the different new pathway in our lives that led us to a point, and then, okay, from this point, how do we create a new path that is more aligned to actually what do you want? The name of the program is right. Like, there is so much to it, and it's so rich, and I feel like I couldn't recommend it more. Like, I mean, even today now, I look back at the slides that we had, and I'm like, I just realized of how much growth is happening right now was thanks to the program. I think that the best way of saying this authentically, like, I want to thank you for, like, allowing the space for me and the other people in the group to actually go and do this course. I feel like, every time I kind of neglecting the side hustle, I have a little bit like of your voice in my head. And I'm like, okay, Nico, like, it's like, okay, you're doing that, but like, you're amazing at that. So keep doing it, which is a nice feeling.